The National Literacy Trust isn't funded by a core government grant. We have to raise every penny which we need to undertake our work. This year our income is about £4 million, which equates to about 5.5 million euros. Fundraising is the engine that drives the organisation, but I think the important thing for us is that we don't conceive it simply as a cash machine, as an ATM, but we try and see it as a strategically useful activity within the organisation. So, for instance, to raise levels of literacy in the United Kingdom, we need different and new kinds of partnerships. Our fundraising team, as well as activating partnerships with corporates who will fund us, also activate partnerships with corporates who help us take our message to those audiences. So our partnerships developed by the fundraising team with people like McDonald's or the Premier League are immensely important in actually helping us deliver our core message, not simply, as I say, getting money in. The National Literacy Trust's income comes primarily from corporates. Our largest streams of income are from businesses. Those businesses basically split into two areas. Businesses who see literacy levels as being key to their corporate sustainability. So skill-based companies such as professional service businesses like KPMG or PwC. Our other group of fundraising corporates are corporates who have a strong relationship with our target audience. So people like Iceland supermarkets, brands which work with the poorer communities and sell to C2DE audiences within the United Kingdom. So we balance two groups there. Now that's very important for us in terms of our communication strategy, because our communication strategy is about those two things. It's about how, first of all, we can communicate that literacy is at the heart of corporate and business sustainability within the United Kingdom. But actually our communication strategy is also a behaviour change communication strategy. And we want to talk directly to communities, particularly families, where there is low levels of literacy. So we can actually shift their behaviours, their attitudes, and actually raise their aspirations as well. So actually the interesting thing is that the two strong corporate fundraising bases we have actually do coincide, not accidentally, with our communication strategy. For us, corporate funding is very, very important. However, it's very, very challenging. The competition for it is very tight. Sometimes corporate budgets are dependent on financial performance, and actually what looks like the offer of funding may not necessarily always be there in the medium term. So we have to work very hard. However, I do firmly believe that corporates are the key sustainable form of funding for charities, linked frequently to actually traded income. So for us, increasingly selling our intellectual property, our training, selling our products to the schools market is very, very important. To make that work, we need to know where money is in the schools market. In the United Kingdom at the moment, there is a pupil premium, a budget attached to children from poorer backgrounds. And a lot of our work, because we are addressing inequality and the relationship between literacy and equality, actually is well suited to that market and to that funding source. So the challenge is not simply to identify one-off funds, but actually to create a sustainable strategy in terms of income streams. I think that perhaps our most significant approaches to fundraising at the National Literacy Trust are linked to our work with corporates and our ability to articulate a business case for the investment in literacy, either because literacy is sustainable to the business itself, or because actually what we can do in terms of working with a corporate is increase the levels of satisfaction associated with that brand. So actually make people like that brand more, because that brand is working with us to give books to their children, or that brand is working with us to actually support reading in a family. So I think, for me, the most exciting things we're doing on the fundraising front frequently are about how we mobilise business as a partner in the fight against poor literacy.